I'm Jai.
And I am Chris, and welcome to our presentation on feminist art.
Just like Barbie, evolving from a simple doll into a symbol of confidence and possibility, feminist art transformed the way women were seen, not as muses, but as a powerful creator and change makers.
Exactly. It's about taking control of the narrative and saying, we can be anything. So, what is feminist? Feminist art merge activism and art, focusing on women's experience, challenging gender rules, and addressing societal issues such as patriarchy, body image, and misogyny. It is not merely a style or movement, but a value system emphasizing equality, visibility, and representation in art. The Dinner Party, 1974 to 1970, by Judy Chicago. In the art world, this meant challenging the male-dominated system that excluded women from galleries, museum, and art history itself. Feminist artists sought to expose sexism, question traditional gender roles, and celebrate the female body and identity as sources of strength rather than shame.
So, what is the background history of the feminist art? So, the movement emerged during the late 1960s, inspired by the second wave feminism and social changes in 1960s and 1970s. So, early feminist art responded to the male-dominated art world and sought to challenge the male gaze in art. For example, is the texts like The Feminine Mystique by Betty Friedan and Sexual Politics by Kate Millay inspired on feminist consciousness in art. Another example is a concept popularized by Laura Mulvey in Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema on 1975. So, what are the factors that led to this movement?
So first, we have gender inequality in the art world. Next, rise of the second wave feminist movement. And then desire for self-representation.
Next is lack of institutional and educational support and increased visibility and recognition of women artists. So next, here are the artists that were known for their feminist arts.
Let's start with Cindy Sherman's untitled film stills from 1977 to 1980. Sherman photographed herself as a different female characters from vintage films.
So each image looks like a movie moment, but none of the stories actually exist. Sherman wanted us to question how media shapes what women should be.
As like Barbie, stepping out of her box, Sherman steps out of stereotypes and asks us to do the same.
Okay. Next is Miriam Scaprio. So, who? Miriam Scaprio is the one who created the femage, a blend of female and collage.
She used sewing, quilting, and embroidery, things often labeled as women's work, and turned them into fine art.
Yeah. Scapirio's message was crystal clear. Femininity isn't weakness, it is artistry.
And in true Barbie fashion, she proved that beauty, creativity, and intellect can all coexist. Now we have Barbara Kruger. So Barbara Kruger, this is the one. This one is Fierce Barbara Kruger. Your body is a battleground.
It is created in 1989, so this piece became an icon of feminist protest. The black and white face with bold red text speaks about women's right and control over their own bodies.
It's bold, unapologetic, and visually stunning. A real barbecue moment for equality.
Right. Kruger's art reminds us that empowerment isn't always soft. It is powerful, political, and loud. Next is Frida Kahlo's, which is the two Fridas. It is a feminist artwork because it shows a woman's strength, pain, and identity. It challenges beauty standards, expresses female emotions openly, and proves that women can tell their own stories through art. The painting highlights self-empowerment, independence, and the courage to break gender roles. Like Frida, Barbie represents how women can choose who they want to be. She's no longer just a doll, but a symbol of independence, showing that women can dream big and define themselves.
Next, we have Hannah Wyke, an artist who wasn't afraid to use her own body as art. She questioned beauty standards and showed that women could define their own version of attractive. She was basically saying, I can be my own kind of beautiful. It's like Barbie choosing her own outfit, not for approval, but for self-expression.
So, feminist art emerged as a movement that challenged the social and political system, limiting women's rights, voices, and representation. It gave women the power to express their experiences, emotions, and struggles through art, turning personal stories into political statements. Feminist artists use their work to question gender roles, fight inequality, and promote women's empowerment. By addressing issues such as body image, identity, discrimination, and freedom, feminist art continues to inspire, change, and remind society that women's perspective matters. To further explain socio-political issues in feminist art, here's Chris.
Now, let's talk about why feminist art began. Ulit ko dun. Cut mo na lang dun, mami.
Yeah. Go lang, mami.
Now let's talk about why feminist art began. It emerged as a response to male dominance and gender inequality in both art and society. The themes include gender discrimination, labor exploitation, violence against women, reproductive rights, and women's social roles. And the slogan, "The personal is political," sum it up perfectly. The feminist artists turned everyday struggles into powerful visuals, speaking out for those who couldn't. They made it clear women's experience matter, and they belong on the world's biggest stages, pink carpet included.
And now for the art forms in feminist art and media.
Feminist art came in every medium possible, like painting, sculpture, performance, video, textiles, and collages.
Artists like Caroline Steeman and Hannah Wilk use body art to challenge beauty norms.
Their message? The body is not an object, it's a voice.
It is the same energy as Barbie saying, "This is my story and I'm owning it."
Now, meet the Guerrilla Girls.
An anonymous group of women wearing gorilla masks fighting sexism with humor, statistics, and art.
Their iconic question, do women have to be naked to get into the Met Museum? Called out how few women artists were represented in galleries.
They're like the rebel Barbies of the art world, fearless and creative, and willing to fight for fair representation. And there's a quote we both love that sums it up.
Feminist art isn't just pretty pictures. It's about making a statement, breaking barriers, and showing the world the power and creativity of women in every shade of fabulous.
Like Barbie herself, feminist art reminds us that being powerful and being feminine aren't opposite, they are allies.
Feminist art celebrates strength, softness, and self-expression like all in one beautiful frame. And that brings us to the end of our presentation on feminist art.
From Cindy Sherman to the Guerrilla Girls, each artist helped paint a world where women could be seen, heard, and celebrated.
Because empowerment isn't just a theme, it's a lifestyle.
Once again, I am Jasmine Rose Abdon.
And I am Chris.
Thank you for watching, and remember, stay confident, stay creative,
And stay unapologetically you.